Hello, everybody. This is Michael Reeves, head coach of the Los Angeles Rams in our Autumn Wind Strat-o-matic 30 Team Football League. And today we are hosting the second of 4 divisional round playoffs. Earlier, we had an AFC tilt, and today we have an NFC matchup featuring the Shreveport Steamer, who is the number 6 seed in our Autumn Wind playoffs, going up against Ed Carpenter, who was among the top 2 teams and received a bye. So this is Cleveland's first game, and this is Shreveport's second game. Shreveport last week in the wild card playoffs knocked off the Philadelphia Eagles, who were the defending Uber Bowl champions, Autumn Wind champions, and so we are now officially going to have a brand new champion this year. And so tonight we're going to watch this playoff game. This features Rick Byrons is the Shreveport coach, and Ed Carpenter did a marvelous job this year with the Cleveland Browns, but they have a substitute coach for him tonight, and his name is Paul Power, and he coaches the Detroit Lions. So this should be a very interesting tilt, and we'll go ahead and get started with this broadcast. If there's anybody in the broadcast that wants to jump in, feel free. I'll be going there every couple of minutes to make sure that we have everybody that we can to join this broadcast. Here is a deep target, and that is going to be caught by Deshaun Jackson. So Shreveport, who took over first possession in this ballgame, already has made their way down to the 27-yard line. That quarterback is Josh Allen, who now is 2 for 3 for 41 yards, and that was Deshaun Jackson's first catch. There's a carry that's going to go for 1 yard. So let's set it here. So we got Josh Allen under center. That's Aaron Jones in the backfield. To your left, that is Adam Thielen. And to your right, that is Deshaun Jackson. So that's the offense. A great game last week against Philadelphia. Shreveport came back in the last minute of the contest to win on an Allen to Thielen pass with less than a minute to go. And when we look back at the broadcast last year, Philadelphia, when they were on their run to the championship, they played Shreveport, and almost the most identical situation took place. But in last year's tilt, Allen threw a bomb to Thielen, and it was picked off, and that sealed the game for the Eagles. So what comes around goes around. 3rd down and 2. Defense gets run. Here's a pass that's going to be completed, and there is another first down. That is to tight end Tyler Higbee. So a great first drive here for Shreveport, as they've already made their way down to the Cleveland Browns' 10-yard line. So we're just underway in this NFC tilt between Shreveport and Cleveland. And here is Josh Allen, an end run. He's only going to pick up 3. It was guessed right, but he still was able to pick up a few yards there. It's now 2nd down and goal to go, ball at the 7. So the Browns this year finished 13-3 in the NFC. Oh, and there's a touchdown. Good grief. Did I just miss that? I did. What did I just miss here? I just turned around for just a second, and it was a pass to Tyler Higbee. Sorry, I just turned over here just to take a look at the standings, just to see that the Cleveland Browns were the number 1 seed at 13-3. And the Steamer actually won their division, but wound up being actually one of the lower seeds. They did not have a record that would allow them a bye, and again, played a wonderful game against Philadelphia last week. So Shreveport, impressive on their first drive, picks up 7, and now Cleveland will take over 1st and 10 from their 25. There is a 6-yard pickup. Let's look at the offense here for Cleveland. Under center, that's Joe Burrow. And that's McLaurin from Washington, along with Devontae Adams. So, wow, that's a great 1-2 punch. Tanyan is their tight end, and that's Montgomery, the Chicago Bear, in the I formation. Here's a flat pass that should be caught. It is. Linebacker, defender in zone. The white die was a 5. And the defender in this case was not able to make the play. And so in just a couple of plays, Cleveland has made their way already to the 46-yard line. Nice call. Double team there on McLaren. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Crossing pattern pass. Defense guesses run. This is for McLaren. White die 6. And the 5 is unable to make the play, so McLaren's going to haul that in, and he's going to get a 1st down. And he's finally tackled at the 33-yard line. So Cleveland looking sharp on their opening drive. So there's an incomplete pass, 2 men in the zone. Defender -4, -2, but that's a look-in pass, so there's no loss of yards there. 2nd down and 10. So Burrow so far is 3 for 5. And there's a run for Kareem Hunt. Pickup of 3 is now 3rd down and 7. I played a game in SSFA the other day against Kareem Hunt, and I guessed wrong on him far more times than I guessed right, and I really paid for it. He's got a great guessed wrong card, but this time it hits the D card, so it's 3rd and 7. Let's see if they can convert here. They're going to throw a flat pass to one of those 4s, and they get a white die 6 reading, so that's going to be good for a 1st down. And that's Devontae Adams. I believe that's his 3rd reception now. It is. And Cleveland is breezing down the field as they made their way to the 17-yard line. Both coaches are calling plays quickly. Here's an off-tackle run. Defense guesses pass, and there it is. Short gain for Kareem Hunt. Let's see where they're going to stop him, and they do so at the 2. So that was a 15-yard pickup. And now it's 1st down and goal to go from the 2-yard line. And there is a full house setup. But he stopped for no gain. Montgomery is stopped at the 2, and now it's 2nd down from the 2-yard line. Again, we got full house backfield in, and that's Kareem Hunt and David Montgomery. There's a carry for Montgomery. He goes to the outside, but he's hauled down behind the line of scrimmage, and it's now 3rd down and 3. So now they're going to switch, let's see, to a 2 tight end set. So as you can see, Shreveport has a pretty sharp defense back there with 5s and 6s. Crossing pattern, pass called. Defense guesses pass, and it's going to be incomplete. The pass was intended for McLaren. It's no good, and Cleveland's going to have to settle for 3 here. So Paul Power manages to get 3 out of that drive. It's now 7-3. So I was hit today with a bug on a touchback. Let's see if it happens here. It did. Okay. So I'm going to check out of this game. I'm going to go into the lobby to see if anybody is wanting to join with me, and we'll hop back in just a moment.
It's not just anybody, Michael.
Okay, now we're back in. Hey, I just heard Duke. Are you there?
It's not just anybody, Michael.
It is the Duke Saminsky, the Duke of, what did you say, Philadelphia, right?
Philadelphia, yes, indeed.
Absolutely. So glad you could join me. Glad you could join me here. So three.
It's fun.
Yeah, it should. So there's a quick 3 and out for Shreveport there.
Most of the first quarter, huh?
Yeah, this is a really, they're both calling plays super quick here. Just 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Yes, he totally is. Your game last week was a breeze. It was super fast. Absolutely. All right, so Cleveland's going to take over on their 14 again. Substitute coach today, Paul Power with the Detroit Lions.
Oh, Paul's coaching them. I didn't know that.
Yes, I believe Ed was unavailable for this game. I think he'll be back, but he had to find a substitute coach, and he has his friend Paul taking over for tonight. At least that's what my understanding was. Maybe they were able to fix it, but my understanding was Paul was going to be the guy.
Wow, that's a tough situation for Rick, because if you scout a team, to play the whole season, and now the substitute coach is playing in the playoff game, it's none of the tendencies or things that the stats were built on is going to be represented by the coach that's on the field today.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. I'm sure that Ed didn't plan it, but it just unfortunately worked out that way.
Yeah, a few years ago, I had to have Rick coach for me because I was out of the country.
Oh yeah, wow, he's obviously he's a really good coach. Now I'm trying to. They're sending some messages. No, okay. I saw they were sending some messages back and forth. It looks like
delay. Life goes on, Michael.
Absolutely, and they just called a play super quick. So there you go. A loss of 1 on that play, and it's now second down and 11. Let me hop back over here. There we go. So 2 tight end set, Kareem Hunt in the backfield.
Kareem Hunt had a 6.6 yard average during the regular season.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, he tore up my team in SSFA. And I just didn't get lucky, and a lot of those missed calls were on his card. Not as painful on the D card, obviously.
There's a 6.5 rating, Michael.
Pickup of 6. What was that, Dave?
That was a 6 roll by Paul that beat the 5 rating that Rick had on the tight end, Tonyan.
Yep, that's all right. So second down and 4. Okay, so he flooded the flats there to the right, and that's where he threw. So no gain. Okay, 3rd and 4 here for Cleveland. He stays with that 2 tight end offense, and Shreveport plays a 3-4. Pretty pedestrian up front. You see not 1, not 2, not 3, but 7 4s all up front. But that secondary looks great. 6 and 5 on your corners, a 5 defending the tight end. Okay, he's going to double team Devontae Adams on this play, and it's good that he did because that pass is going to be incomplete. Nice call, Rick. And Cleveland is going to be forced to punt.
I looked to try to take advantage of that run defense with Rick, but I averaged 2.3 yards a carry. Michael didn't quite cut it.
No, you're right. It's awful tempting, though. So he's going to let this one.
On 1st and 10, he only called run 3 times. I ran a lot, and it just didn't do any good.
Wow. That's it. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Allen back under center here on their first drive. Lengthy drive they scored. On this second drive, it was stymied after 3 plays. There is a white die 6 on that flat pass, and it's a pickup of 10. So first down on that first play. That was to Higbee, who already has 3 catches and a touchdown. Allen so far is 6 of 8. And again, the action is fast and furious here. That's a run for Aaron Jones. Pickup of 5. There's a crossing pattern pass. Allen is back, looks, throws, and it's completed to Adam Thielen. And another first down. That's Thielen's first catch today. It's good for 10 yards and another first down. Allen, pretty hot so far, 7 for 9. And it wasn't that way last week. So there's a run for Aaron Jones, and that's another chunk play, 16 yards on that play. And that was the last play of the first quarter. These guys are calling plays like they've got a plane to catch. We're already through the end of the first quarter. And Shreveport is up 7-0, and they've made their way into Cleveland territory, ball at the 39. There's a run call. It's guessed wrong, but he only picks up 3, and it's 2nd and 7. Again, that's Aaron Jones on the carry. Another run, identical roll, actually. So another pickup of 3. So now it is 3rd and 4, kind of that no man's land area of the 33. So if he doesn't get it here, don't know if he'll line up for a field goal. A button hook pass. There's one man there in the zone, and it's good for 2 yards. So now decision time. I think that this. What do you think, Duke?
Fairburn is not a very good kicker. I think he'll go for it.
And he will. What call do you see here?
I see a run for Jones.
All right, defense calls run, and instead he's going to throw a flare pass into an area that has 2 men. So wow.
Nice call by Paul.
Nice call by Paul. Very good call. Very good call. And so I think that was the right call, not putting it on the toe of Fairbairn. So Cleveland's going to take over at their own 31. They're trailing 7-3. Here's an off-tackle run. Defense guesses pass, but he put a linebacker up there, and he's going to lose a yard. He's going to lose 2 yards. 2nd down and 12. Ball at the 29. Off-tackle run. Defense calls pass. Kareem Hunt. Another guessed wrong, but again, it's on the D card. No linebacker to support. You got that cruddy blocking back rating, but still, that's better than most of the blocking back, options that you're going to get between 5 and 7. So, and it's now 3rd and 7. And so over the middle, it's caught. And a first down. That pass was to Gerald Everett. That's his first catch of the game. So they convert there on 3rd and 7. Not an easy conversion. Move the chains. Ball at the 45-yard line. Go big or go home. Looking for McLaren on an interception split. And it's incomplete. 2 through 4 and 11. And he rolled a 10. 0 men in zone. So.
Yeah, that 0 men in zone call looks pretty good on D.
It does, but he's got that defender there that's either a 5 or 6 on the outside, so he feels pretty comfortable. Doing that. There's a run. That's a short gain, pickup of 16. So again, on that guest wrong card on Kareem Hunt, it's a lethal card. Absolutely lethal.
Like I said, he averaged 6.6 yards a carry.
And I mean, it's one thing to have short gains all over the place too, but he's got chunk plays as well. That's a crazy card. And especially when you're facing Joe Burrow, it's like, pick your poison. After that incomplete pass, the linebacker was able to make the play on a 4. And there's another flat pass, and he only picks up 3. So now you've got another makeable third down clearly here, but it's 3rd and 8. So this is no small task. But he does have nice targets, as now he's pulled on his 3rd wide receiver. It must be Corey Davis. It looks like they're in the slot, along with McLaren and Adams. And Everett isn't bad over the middle. So there is a flat pass. That's an interesting call. Doesn't really pick up much of anything. So now it's 4th and 7 at the 36. I have to wonder if Paul's going to go for this, or does he want to put a sad punt up in the air? What do you think, Dave?
I don't know. I don't know who Cleveland's kicker is.
I think he made his decision for us here, basically. Yep.
I think he throws it to Tonyan. That's my guess.
Okay. I say he's going to go to Corey Davis. So 4 men in the zone, goes to the defender X reading. He was looking for Adams, and he threw right into a 6, and that's the only player that would have made that play.
Yeah, and if you had gone to Davis, like I said, he would have got them.
If you would have gone to anybody else on that play, he would have gotten it.
Yeah.
So not a bad call, no criticism. It just happened to roll that way. So 3-yard pickup on that first play for Aaron Jones, who now has 9 carries for 46 yards. It's 2nd down and 7.
That's 3. I think that's 3 straight long threes that Jones has gotten.
There's another run. He keeps going to him. This time it's on the D card, but he's able to pick up 6 as the right guard is able to make the play. He only needed to be a 4, and guess what? He's a 4. So 3rd and 1, 4 minutes to go here in this quarter. And that's just enough as they push him forward to get that yard. Allen picks it up. It was guessed right, not keyed. And hey, it was the dreaded 5 too, and he still picked up a yard. So there you go.
8 through 12, he wouldn't have got it.
I think if you give that to Jones, he does. I wonder if he gets it on a 5.
Probably not.
And we'll take a look at that card and see. So there's a 2nd run for Allen. You're hoping it's on his card, but he's able to pick up 6 as the defensive end is not able to make the play. He's a good one though at a 5, but a 6 is what it was. A 6 is what was required. Well, you know what? I guess we have our answer, because there's your dreaded 5. And he would have lost 2 yards, actually.
Yeah,
so giving it to Allen was the right call. Yep, there it is. No. So 3rd and 7 now for Shreveport, up 7-3 in a first half that has been just drifting on by.
I think Rick might get to Jackson, actually.
What do you see here? Deep to Jackson?
I see a bomb to Jackson. Nope,
wow.
Paul was all over Beasley.
Kind of a conservative call there. Flat pass. Does not pick up the yards, and they're going to have to punt this one away. So Cleveland's going to take over, assuming this isn't blocked, with about 2 minutes to go. Well, it could have been a block. It was a 12.
Yeah, if he has card.
That's right. Oh, and we've got a fumble. Let's see who's going to pull this in. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Cleveland is going to – oh, okay. When I saw that window, I thought, uh-oh. You know, it's funny when you're doing the broadcast, you're watching it, you don't know which of these teams is going to wind up getting this. Yeah, so – all right, no harm, no foul. Cleveland will take over. 1st and 10 at their 20. Zero men in zone. Got that white die 6. Got the beautiful 20-yard pickup. All right. So that changes things a little bit. Now you got the ball at the 40.
Now he runs Hunt.
Defense is double teaming
Nope.
Devontae Adams. They're looking deep for him, and it's incomplete.
Boy, that's a whole interception on 3 and 2 through 8 on 11 for Burrow. That's a pretty rough bump interception number.
It's not a card that I thought his card would be a little better than that, to be quite honest. It doesn't look that imposing. There's a run, a pickup of 9. Nice call there as Kareem Hunt. Just looking at the numbers on that card, Tom Cook would be really good and could count these up faster than I could, but just probably a coin flip on getting a first down there on a guess wrong run. He almost got it. He got 9. Minute 22 to go. Oh, he's stopped as the offensive onside end 5 or 0 roll comes up, and that's not going to help at all. So it's 4th and 1. And again, it's decision time for Paul Power here, and he's going to make that decision very quickly. What do you see? What's the call here, Duke?
I say it's lined up by the quarterback. Burrow.
Yeah, I can't see him doing anything too risky here. I say he's going to throw a flat pass.
Okay.
Oh, gosh. Of all times. Are you kidding me?
My.
Are you kidding me?
That's brutal.
That is absolutely brutal. So he's going to lose 2 yards on the play, and Shreveport is going to take over at the 47-yard line. They're already up 7-3. Would love to get a score before the half because Cleveland's going to get the ball to begin the third quarter. Here's a crossing pattern pass. Defense gets run there. So that's a pickup of 10. And Shreveport's going to use one of their timeouts. That was Adam Thielen's second catch. He was the hero of last week's contest against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, tell me about it. Thanks
Yeah,
for reminding me, Michael.
I just did. And there is a pitch, and that is a nice little pickup there of 9 yards, as that was the first run for, and I kept calling this guy Greenwell. It's Gainwell, Kenneth Gainwell. He picks up 9, but he does not make his way out of bounds. So Shreveport chooses to call timeout. Hey, Duke, I'll tell you something funny about Gainwell in the Super Bowl here in just a second. Let's wait for this play. 2nd down and 1. 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Shreveport up 7-3. Here is a pitch. And Gainwell isn't going to gain anything there. And they're probably going to have to call timeout again. And they do. So now things are a little bit more dangerous here. With the ball at the 28.
Yeah, this is dangerous.
You don't want to get cute here. You want to leave some time on the clock so that you get a chance at a field goal. I think he goes over the top with Deshaun Jackson here.
That's a possibility. I'm thinking of pass to Higbee.
Oh, I wish he did, because he did call run. And there's your pass, but it's in the field of play. Now, is he going to have time to be able to? Yeah, it looks like they will. Not sure how realistic it is to run a play and get the field goal team on all in 15 seconds, but that's how Strat works. So they do manage to get that. That was a nice little 3-point swing. And so now they're up by a touchdown. They'll kick an onside kick here. Or no, I guess not. Surprised they kicked it straight through, but whatever. So Cleveland's going to get the ball here after the half, but we've finished off a super fast first half here between Shreveport and Cleveland. This is the NFC, one of 2 NFC wildcard games. Let's see, who has the other one? That is Houston and New Orleans. And I think that's the one at 10:30 tonight. And then Montreal and Carolina will play Saturday. Let's see if anybody else is in the studio. Yep. Duke, we'll see if anybody else is there. I see Nathan there.
Good old Nathan here.
Good old Nathan here, just being quiet. Just taking it in. Nathan, any wisdom you can share with us? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's hold on a second. I got to send a note to somebody real quick. I'll be right there.
Okay. We're here in the second round of the playoffs with Shreveport Steamer playing the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns all season long coached by Ed Carpenter, but Ed can't make it apparently for some reason. And Paul Powers taking over for Ed. Guy Cleveland. We're ready to start, and we're starting the second half.
Started.
And there was an incompletion, 2nd and 10. Cleveland at their own 16-yard line needs to get something going, down by 7 to Rick Byron, Shreveport Steamer. And there's a run up the middle, but it's picked by the nose tackle. Good enough for -1, and there's about a quick 3rd and 11 for Cleveland starting off this third quarter. They were looking for quite the opposite to get something going. Let's see if they can get the 11 yards here. Keep it going. Tunyon is the back. Everett's the tight end, and the 3 wide receivers, Davis, Adams, and McLaren. Really good. Oh, this could be real trouble. Intercepted. And no gain on the interception, but Shreveport keeps over at the 26-yard line. Gainwell's in the backfield, and there's a great start for the Steamer.
It was Xavier Howard there on the interception. Wow, take no prisoners on this call. He's going to go deep, and he gets right away. There's that call. So Deshaun Jackson over the top. It's the one thing he can do in this game, and that is go deep. And they target him at just the right moment, and they will capitalize on that turnover, Duke. And they've extended their lead 17-3. Now, there's no need to panic. Paul still has the weapons, and he still can't go away from Kareem Hunt. He's still got a few carries left. He needs to utilize him. There's no sense in panicking here and thinking that Joe Burrow can get this done. He can manage to get 2 scores, no doubt. Just needs to play his game. He's got all those 4s up front. There's an off-tackle run. There you go. That's a pickup of 9. 9 carries for 54 yards now for Kareem Hunt. And he's had an equal split of runs on his card and runs on the D card. So it's not like he's had bad breaks or anything. My goodness gracious. 6 yards a carry. As Duke had said before the game, he averaged 6 yards a carry last year, and he has a card that definitely reflects it. He goes back. Let's see, this time that was Montgomery, I believe it was. That's Montgomery's 4th carry. So you got to split him a little bit. Wonder how many carries Kareem gets that's unfatigued. Well, he's only got 4 left before he hits that first.
Yeah, he's not overly bell cow.
No. Well, you wish he were. But, you know, for people who are new to this game, and everybody at this, everybody was new to this game at some point or another. What do you feel about running back fatigue? You don't look at that and think, Oh, yeah, I got to preserve it so he never gets into that fatigue level. It affects you basically a yard a carry, but you get a few carries that's only going to knock a yard off, like 2 or 3, right, before you hit level 2.
Yeah, but that when you start knocking off yards at this level, it's pretty tough. So you really try to budget it, but you try not to be obvious on how you're budgeting those carries.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll somebody early on, so they realize that I might not be budgeting, and then I might lay off them. So there's a lot of nuances to that.
Yeah. So Cleveland has to turn this ball back over on a punt. That's going to be a nice kick, though. That's going to pin Shreveport deep. So, there's plenty of time in this game, but Cleveland needs to start making it happen here on defense. They really could use a little turnover here. Here's a quick end pass.
Yeah, this drive is going to be critical.
Defense called run there, and that's going to be a nice little run. Yeah, he is. So that's pick up a 12 there. Allen, so far, 12 for 17. That's really Josh Allen. That's unlike Josh Allen that we see in Strat-o-matic. A lot of people feel like he doesn't get the cards that represent who he truly is, but he's 12 of 17 in this game with 2 touchdowns and 140 yards. Just keeping it simple there. Gainwell, 7-yard reception. It was guessed right. You look at that flat pass, and he's got blanks on 5 and 10.
Yeah, that's a little weak.
It is a little weak. You're right. And again, another completion. I didn't happen to see if he called run there, but I assume he did.
Yeah, he did.
Yep. 15-yard pickup. Hasn't taken very long, but Shreveport was in the shadow of their own end zone, and already they're at the 44. So the Cleveland Browns, the number 1 seed here in the West, up against Shreveport. Defense again guessing run. And Tyler Higbee makes the reception. And that was a pickup of 16, but I don't think that would have mattered. It was short gain either way, so it wouldn't have mattered.
This score here is going to really put Cleveland in a hole.
It definitely is. And once again, it looks like they called run. Unless he blitzed somebody. Did he call run or did he blitz somebody? Because he passed it to a running back. I assume that he called run again. And that one is incomplete. I mean, I know Gainwell did really well in the third quarter last week, but they called run again. But this time it's on the D card, so it's a flat pass. It's a pickup of 3, and it's now 3rd and 8. It'll be interesting here if Shreveport doesn't get it here, if they get close, if this is 4-down territory for them.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll maybe try a draw here. Defense guesses pass, and of all times, this is when Allen gets the ball and gets a short game.
That's a good call. I caught him on one of those 3rd down Allen runs.
Yep. So did he shadow him there?
I don't believe so.
Well, it was 3rd and 8, and he had a short gain 19 and only picked up 6. So he must have shadowed him there.
Oh! I didn't see that. Yeah, you're right.
He did. Oh, that was a really, really good call from Paul. But on 4th down, and rightly so, Cleveland guesses run, and Allen completes a pass for 11 yards there to his main man, Tyler Higbee, 6 catches for 67 yards. And there is a run, pickup of 9. And the ball now rests at the 13. So it's now 2nd down and 1. That was Gainwell's only his 3rd carry for 18 yards. And there's a pitch to Gainwell. Defense guesses pass. And that's a pickup of 9. So we have 1st and goal, ball at the 5. Cleveland is a little crossed up right now. Had a difficult time reading Shreveport here. Let's see if he can buckle down and force a field goal. 17-3. Aaron Jones in the I formation. Defense calls run. It is an off-tackle run. Good call. Jones loses 2. It's now second down and goal ball to 7.
This could be a run, an end run by Allen.
It's a great place for it. You called it, Allen, on the end run, but it was on the D card. And so he manages to lose 2 yards on that play. It's now third down and goal to go from the 9.
That wasn't end run by Allen, wasn't it?
Yes. Wasn't it?
I can't see your play things on the screen, so it's hard to tell. There we go.
And there's a pass he's looking for. Aaron Jones out of the backfield, and that is a touchdown in Shreveport. Shreveport has extended their lead to 24-3. So Rick Byron's right now the hottest coach in autumn wind. He's pressing all the right buttons, and they've gone up 3 on the number 1 seed. So the Giant Killer, Shreveport, the 6th seed, the last playoff team to qualify in the NFC, is a little over a quarter away from knocking off the number 1 seed Cleveland Browns. Cleveland at this point, 3:18 to go, they got to come correct. They got to be perfect. And a little bit of magic along the way. But this is a very, very good offense. Say again?
They couldn't coach this playoff game.
Yeah, it is. But let's see if Paul can figure out how to navigate this. There's a run up the middle for Montgomery, and there's your first down. So there's time. There's definitely time for 3 touchdowns. It's not crazy to think that he can't get 3 touchdowns with this offense. I don't believe that for a second. But he's going to have to buckle down defensively.
I would say, but the trouble is you got to stop Shreveport from scoring too.
Yeah. He was going deep there. Now he hit a 6, and he hit the right defender. So if it had been a defender reading, he would have had a completion. No easy task against the 5. He goes deep again, and this one is incomplete. So now we're at third down. And one wonders at this point if it's 4 down territory here. So they're going to go 3 wide now. Devontae Adams, who has been very, very quiet. Corey Davis has checked in. And he was looking for Corey Davis, I believe, on that play, and he was double teamed. And Detroit is not going to go for it here on 4th and 10, and they choose to punt. So the drive initially looked pretty promising, but it stalled at about midfield. And so they're going to give the ball back to Shreveport here with 1:12 to go here in the 4th quarter. And we're now down to 54 seconds left. So coming to the end of the 3rd quarter, that has been all Shreveport. There's a quick pass. It's a gain of only 3. Allen to Higbee. Higbee has more catches than any other Steamer today. 19 of 25 for 202 yards for Josh Allen and 2 touchdowns.
Nice stat line.
Very good day. Off tackle run. Defense guesses pass. Nose tackle was able to make the play. Fortunately, that could have been a big chunk play, but instead it's only 8 yards. It actually would have been whatever Gainwell's long gain was. It might not have been 35. But either way, he got a first down. So we made our way now to the fourth quarter. It's 24-3. Shreveport just trying to maintain possession and stay away from the turnover. And lo and behold, we now have a turnover. So he decided to go deep and take a shot, and that pass is intercepted. That is Josh Allen's first turnover of the game. And so now new life here for Cleveland with the ball at the 49. Only 3 points today for the Browns. Let's see if they can capitalize on this and cut into this 24-3 lead. And he's wasting no time. He is going to go deep for Devontae Adams. And this doesn't look good. And he handed the ball right to him one play after the interception. And Shreveport's going to take over at their own 20. So that was Joe Burrow's second interception of the day, and he threw right into the teeth of the defense. We're in the land of 5s and 6s. And Xavier Howard comes up with his second interception. So in that first play, Gainwell loses a yard. Second down and 11. So you can hardly blame Cleveland for trying to hustle here just a little bit. They do need to pick up 21 points. There's a white dice 6, 0 men in the zone. That'll be a 16-yard pickup for Gainwell. And a first down, ball at the 36-yard line. So Shreveport needs to get some more time knocked off of this clock. And they'll be able to pull off the 6-1 upset and make their way to the NFC Conference Championship game. There's a pass that is completed. Defense gets to run there, 12-yard gain. And, this is when they've got you on the ropes. When they know you're trying to kill clock, and now anything is up for grabs, basically, run or pass. You really can be on your heels here. There's a pass that is guessed wrong, and that's going to be an 18-yard gain for Gainwell, who's had a great second half. 248 yards passing for Josh Allen. Allen is passing again. It's guessed right. It's a flat pass. It's over the middle, and it's a pickup of 6. So Shreveport has their foot on the gas here. They are not just 3 yards in a cloud of dust trying to take time off this clock. They're still maneuvering this ball downfield. They're up 3 scores. Another pass attempt. Wow. That one over the middle is incomplete. Josh Allen doesn't have a very solid short pass card. Nice must runs on 8 and 10. What's that?
He'll run this one.
Ball to 28, 3rd and 4. He does. No linebacker in the zone. Offensive onside end call there. And there is your missed kick that Duke had predicted. Yep. Yeah, you'd predicted that early in the game, and he delivered, sort of. So 10:15 to go, 3 scores down.
Got to score on this possession.
No question. And, it doesn't have to be super quick, but no question it has to be a touchdown. You've got to score a touchdown here. All right. There's your first one. Tanya gets 13 on that play, and they've made their way to midfield, actually just short of it, ball to 48. So Joe Burrow, 12 of 30 for 123 yards, 2 interceptions. It's been disastrous for 3 quarters. Let's see if he can find the magic here in the fourth. 9.5 to go. There's a quick little look for 7 as they've made their way into Shreveport territory. Ball rests now at the 45. 9 minutes on a running clock. Be quick, but don't hurry, right, Duke?
Yeah, that's what John Wooden said.
There's an incomplete pass. Receiver was double teamed. That play was intended for Devontae Adams. So it's now 3rd and 3. Let's see if he runs Hunt here. Nope, he's looking for Devontae Adams. And since he's lucky that pass was over the middle, it would have been a loss of 2 or a loss of 4. Actually, it would have been a loss of 4. My goodness, on a flat pass, you hardly ever see that. So now it's 4th and 3. I wouldn't be surprised at the following: a run call and defense calls run. Well, I was half right. Here's a run for Kareem Hunt. Please be on the offensive card. Oh, whew, thank goodness. Okay, so we've got something to play for here. All right, there's your 11-yard pickup. And that would have pretty much ended this game entirely. So thank goodness it was on the offensive card. Absolutely. 74 yards now for Kareem Hunt. Ball to 34, 7:48. Clock keeps rolling. All right, deep shot. Again, nice double team there on Corey Davis. Look at that. He was trying to pick on the 4, and Rick Byron saw that one coming.
I think Paul's throwing a few too many bombs here.
And he's going to do it again. Bomb to Davis, and he's double teamed a second time. And he's fortunate that made its way to the turf. So it's 3rd and 10. So he's got 2 cracks at it here from the 40. 7:12 to go. I'm sorry, Duke.
Yeah, what's
Press the wrong button. So it looks like he ran on that play. I was just wanting to see if Hunt could catch a pass, trying to figure out what targets he could throw to that were guarded by 4s besides Everett. He's going to look deep there. That one's going to be underthrown. 2nd down and 10. So Kareem Hunt was the player who ran that ball up the middle, and the center was able to make the block. And I guess he got past contain, or there was nobody there. So that was a nice call by Paul. So basically, Paul is going for broke here and throwing deep because he knows the clock is against him. Off tackle run for Hunt. Defense guesses pass. It's on the D card, but he's going to get a nice roll here. This is going to be a big pickup of 21 yards. And he's tackled by the turf, apparently, because it didn't look like anybody actually stopped him. Ball at the 3 now. 5:42 to go here in the 4th quarter. It looks like Cleveland's getting ready to break through for their first touchdown. An uphill climb, but get this touchdown and there's a chance. Got to start somewhere. Off tackle run. Defense guesses pass. Cannot make the block.
You say there's a chance?
I do. So you're saying there's a chance. Was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor?
Did the Japanese sit down at Pearl Harbor?
There's a pickup of 4. So there's your touchdown. All right. So now it's 24-9. Let's get this extra point in here. And we do. All right. So let's get us an onside kick. And let's see what happens. Okay. All right. So onside kick fails. We have the ball at the 48. Let's see a 3 and out. Dial it up, Paul. Dial it up. Let's see if we can get this game close here in the waning moments. Defense guesses, but nice call. Nice call by Paul. And there's you a sack on a must run. that's Shreveport basically taking advantage of, trying to kill the clock, and, the automatic call would be a run there. But he called pass. Now, had he called run, it would have been an incomplete pass. Instead, he has a sack. There's an end run. It's not on Allen's card. Instead, it's on the D card, and that's 5 yards. And that'll bring up third down. Duke, I'm weird when it comes to clock management. I kind of wish that they would allow coaches to call timeouts a little bit earlier rather than having to wait until you get under the 3-minute mark. I do wish they would fix that.
No, I agree. I don't know why they don't allow that. You're exactly right.
I mean, if you can do it in the board game, why can't you do it here? I've never understood that. I mean, offense can call timeout at any time when they know that they've made a dumb call offensively or defensively. We have the wrong, set of lineup in there, but you still don't get the benefit of actually stopping the clock. That's something to bring up with Glenn.
No, I agree.
All right, 2:42 to go. Now he's just going to have to basically launch bombs at this point, or maybe dial up something just crazy with Kareem Hunt.
Got 3 timeouts left, so you score here, and you got a 1-score game.
There's a pass to Kareem Hunt, 2:24 to go. He is able to get out of bounds. Maybe he was thinking that zone was going to be empty, perhaps. Trying to find that 20 or 30, but he didn't get it. And this time he's not as lucky. He does not get out of bounds. Let's see if he calls timeout to get one more play before the 2-minute warning. He does not. And so we've made our way to the 2-minute warning. The ball at the 32. Shreveport just content to stay in that 3-2-6, keep 2 guys back. Maybe he takes his linebackers out and double teams Adams and McLaren or Davis.
Yeah, I think he'll double team Davis maybe.
Looking deep for Devontae Adams. He is not double teamed. And for the 3rd time this game, Joe Burrow throws an interception. And that was a short pass. That wasn't a long pass. That was a short pass. And now Shreveport. Yep.
Party's over.
Party is over. 24-10 Shreveport. Let's see, Cleveland does have 3 timeouts here. But it's pretty academic at this point. Let's see if you'll. There's a run. Cleveland will call timeout here. Yes, that's good. Play right till the whistle blows. There's a quick pass. Picks up 4. It's now 3rd down and 6. Cleveland will call timeout. Good for him. They're going right here to the end. Minute 37 to go. You never know. You never know. Crazy things have happened, right, Duke?
Well, not this crazy usually.
Not usually. And there's a run for Josh Allen. If he gets a first down, the game is over. It is not. 4th down and 4. Now, interestingly, early in this game, Shreveport punted and had a 12, but it wasn't a block, so they won't get the benefit of blocking a kick. There's a coffin corner kick that will wind up at the 14. So a minute 22 to go. I think you get Everett out of there and you just throw 4 wide receivers out and just try to find the one who can get lucky and hit that long game. But Everett still stays in.
Yeah, I don't see what Everett's doing in there.
Right. Looking for Devontae Adams. He's guarded by a 6, throws it deep, and hey, it's caught. 29-yard pickup. Unfortunately, on a long pass, you cannot get out of bounds, but they will play hurry up here. Ball at the 42. Let's see if he can dial up another one. Bomb for Davis. He is not double teamed. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 42. Who is that fourth? What? That's Isaiah McKenzie. I think they should just leave McKenzie in there, basically, so they got that wide out. Because aren't you limited here on a tight end long gain? I think it's basically the longest catch that a tight end can make, unless the rules are different here. Rules are different across each league, but I think the tight end is limited on the reception yards.
But I think a short pass to Everett would make a lot of sense here.
Looking for Devontae Adams. It was a flat pass. It's guessed wrong. It's basically up the middle, so they cannot stop the clock, and that'll take it down to 30. So he's just got to launch bombs now. There's your bomb to Corey Davis, 2 in the zone, incomplete, down to 22 seconds left. If they don't get it here, they won't have time to do this and the onside kick.
Nope. Now he's got McKenzie in there.
There you go. He's the only one who's defended by a 4. Looking for Corey Davis. Oh, and he is sacked. And that might be, that'll take it down to 1 second. So the final play of the game. So congratulations to Rick Byrons. The Dragon Slayer is going to be playing. Oh, and they did it in style with another sack to end the game. And that was Greg Russo, the rookie from Buffalo. Say again?
Congratulations to my old buddy Rick.
Absolutely. That's exactly right, because tell everybody about he's one of the elder statesmen of this league, as are you, correct? He's like basically one of the godfathers of this league.
Well, no, Rick played with Paul Mikulowicz and Jim Riley in the league before we started Strat-o-matic. So Rick goes back farther than I did.
Wow.
But I've known Rick for well over 40 years.
Well, it couldn't happen to a better guy. He came on last week and spoke with us, and he was shocked with a win against his buddy. This one, pretty shocking as well, actually. Cleveland was pretty dominant this year. You know, here's the thing about Cleveland, though. They have drafted extremely well these last few years, so they have built this team to win. And while it might not be this year, you have to think that Cleveland moving forward is going to have to be reckoned with, especially with Joe Burrow. He's only going to get better. Their Devontae Adams is coming off a very, very good year. This team is going to be fine. This team is going to be just fine. Just plug in some parts next year defensively. They've been working a lot on their defense as well. So I knew they were going to be a tough out. I figured they were going to make it to the division finals, but Rick just dialed it up right today. Came correct, and I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. He's such a good coach, and I think that between the seedings to 1 and 6, I think you could basically shake them up in a bowl and pull out a number, and that's who would wind up winning. I think the teams are very, very even this year.
I agree.
Let's see if we can get Rick to join us here.
Well, he came on last week. I have no reason we can't see him again.
Yeah, I'm going to send a note to both of them.
I don't think I've ever seen Paul Power. I'd sure like to see Paul.
I'm not going to talk about coaches. I'm going to send him a note. I sent Paul a note. Let me send Rick a note and see if he wants to join us. Hey, Rick, do you want to join us? Question mark. Let's see if anybody's in the lobby here. Somebody's here. Oh, hey, is that Dennis?
No, this is Nathan.
Oh, it's Nathan. Hey, Nathan, how you doing, buddy?
Finally got my volume up. I just landed a little bit ago. I'm driving home now.
Yeah. It sounds like you're still on the tarmac.
No, getting a ride.
Okay. Are you flying the plane?
Oh, is it loud?
It's fine. I'm just playing.
My son flies planes.
Come join us for the next broadcast! Exclamation mark. Your son flies planes. No kidding.
Yes, he's an airline pilot for United Airlines, captain.
Wow. I never knew that.
So if you go out to Hawaii or Japan or anywhere out in the Philippines, he lives out in Guam, and he does the United hub from Guam to the mainland, Japan, Philippines, Hawaii, that route.
Okay. Hold on a second. Rick's going to join us. He needs the link. Let me grab it here real quick.
Can you hear me, Nathan?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Did you see the whole game?
I watched most of it. I didn't have the volume up or anything. I was on the plane, and then I had to have it off just for a couple spots.
Did you know Cleveland was being coached by Paul Power?
Yeah, I had seen that, and I think Michael had mentioned it in one of the other broadcasts.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's always a shame when you get to the playoffs and can't coach your team.
Well,
yeah, that's no fun.
And I think you had a point, about. I think you had a point about having to prepare for a team that you've never, had the opportunity to play before. But I think it kind of cuts both ways, that it's tough for Cleveland to manage a team.
Well, I think if I had a team I had used before, I think I'd have a lot of fun with it, and I'd be very unpredictable. But if I'm playing Cleveland and look at the stats and realize that that's not the coach to coach those stats, so I'd be confused. You just have to play it by ear, and really I wouldn't know any of the tendencies. When Rick and I played our playoff game, he told you, Michael, that he knows me so well. We played for over 40 years, just like Nathan and I know each other. But when you get to that point, you actually know the guy so well that you actually go against your own tendencies because he knows you so well.
Yep. I agree. I think that was a tall order for Paul to take over a team like that, though. I don't know how, maybe you guys are better at it than I'm sure you guys are, but it takes me a little while to get warmed up. I was talking to Nathan about this just the other day. It takes a little while to get warmed up with a team. It just seems like it, at least it is for me.
Oh, no, I agree, Michael. The beginning of a season, I don't feel like I understand my team till after 3 games.
Yep. So I think that was really asking a lot of Paul, and I feel bad for him because it puts you in a bad spot because you're looking at a team that's like 13-3, and it's almost like an expectation that you're going to win, or certainly be put in a position that, unless you get some really bad breaks, that you're not going to be able to pull this thing off. But that's not always the case. And again, I think these teams are more evenly matched than their records would indicate. And today, the secondary, certainly for Shreveport, they came to play and made a big difference.
Well, what were their records? Were only like 2 games off, right?
Shreveport was 10-6. Cleveland was 13-3.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Burrow led the league in picks, and I think, or he was second, or the other, and Herbert was the other guy. So, and on his card, you could see it's got that big number. Anything can happen with a guy like that, good or bad. And then from what I could see, it looked like a lot of the key, 4th and shorts, not necessarily because of great calling or bad calling, just sort of your average calls, I would say, from what I saw. The roles weren't working out at all, and they seemed to go the other way.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to, plus, I mean, Rick led the league in scoring defense, I believe, and he's got a good secondary. So it's kind of a rough matchup. I would love to play with that offense. I mean, Kareem Hunt and Joe Burrow, I'll take it. But, you get turnovers, and I don't know if Hunt's a real good guest right runner. He's a phenomenal guest right runner.
Yeah, and he did. He averaged 6 or 7 yards a carry.
Montreal led the league.
They did, but barely. It was close.
Montreal led the league in scoring defense. Then New Orleans, it's coming up tonight. Then the Giants. Then Shreveport was fourth.
Okay.
Cleveland
I
was
saw
fifth.
Shreveport early in the year with leading it.
Yeah, Cleveland was fifth in scoring defense.
I'm sorry, guys. I've almost got him. I sent the wrong link. I'll be right there.
You're killing me, Michael. You're killing me.
You're killing me.
Looking at those two teams, I was thinking if I managed to win my game, who would be an easier matchup? Not because I would prefer one or the other, but I honestly didn't know. They both have some really, especially my defense is terrible. So I kind of like to play a specific type of team if I can.
So who do you play next, Nathan?
I got New Orleans here at 7:30.
Oh, that's right. You're the game in New Orleans tonight. Okay.
There you go. Nathan got to
There
watch
he
me
is.
play. Nathan
There
got to
he
watch
is.
me play, so now he knows exactly what to do again.
I'm sick of watching you play, Rick.
Jeez.
Don't you ever get tired of winning, Rick?
Hey man, I've lost 4 first round playoff games in a row. So just winning one was good. Now I get 1 too. I feel pretty good.
Okay,
Hey Rick,
well,
I
you're
think
on a
what
roll.
I think Rick meant. I think that Duke meant to say congratulations. It just came out a little tangled up. That's what he
It
meant.
just came out a little different.
Yeah. When he says he's sick of me, it means he loves me.
In essence, yeah, you got it. That's
That's right.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Dragon slaying continues.
I mean, in that game, everything went right. I mean, Burrow couldn't buy a roll. And Allen was hot, Unlike my game against Dave, man, it was like Allen couldn't do anything. So, yeah, what the heck, man? Strat. It's
I think 6 ain't nothing but a number. Seeding don't mean anything here. I think these teams are actually a lot closer aligned than what you would think. Last year, just for fun, it was a dumb guess, but I mean, I picked 11 out of 12 playoff, picked Montreal, picked Philadelphia, and picked Philadelphia to win it all. And I'm a blind squirrel that found a nut. This year, I really had a hard time picking these games, and like the Giants basically finishing 12-4. I look at that roster and thought, "Are you kidding me?" That was the coaching performance, in my estimation, of the year. I think that's what he was able to
saw
do.
him at 12-4, and I thought, wait, isn't that the team with Sam Darnold?
Yes, yeah. And he barely lost today. Tim put together I don't know if you saw the broadcast, but Tim put together a great drive again with just a minute left to go. And all the right buttons. But it's amazing how he was able to grind Sam Darnold out of all things for a 12-4 record. And it's not like their defense was super dominating either. He had the third stingiest defense, but if you look at his defense, it's full of 4s. I mean, Joe Golden was amazing this year. It was amazing.
Yeah,
he had a really good turnover ratio too.
No, that helped. Yeah, that definitely helped.
He's a good coach, man. He really is.
Sure is. So, what do you attribute this to? Basically, I'll tell you. There's a question. Were you surprised down the stretch that he was throwing deep a little more than? Obviously he's down like 3 scores, but he seemed to be launching the ball deep late.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, he, I don't know. I don't want to. Hard to say what was going on in his head. But yeah, you start doing that, it's almost like you're giving up, right? You just like, let's just start throwing it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a better question. I'm not taking away from Paul, and
I'm not Paul. If you're watching this, I'm not saying you gave up, man. I thought, you just the dice.
No.
Dice were definitely in my
absolutely not. That question was dumb. Let me try again. What I meant to say, and David kind of pointed out that he said that for you, you can look at Cleveland at 13-3, and Ed Carpenter has coached them all year, and that's a very, very good team. And Cleveland's going to be back, by the way. That roster is like stacked, and he is drafted especially well. So they're going to be back. But
Yeah, man,
which
drafted Nick Bolton, man. I want
shoot,
that guy.
yeah. I mean, that guy has been drafting on an elite level.
Yeah.
Now, but you tell me what's more difficult. Dave thought, and I think he's right, that when you can sit there and do the scouting report on Cleveland, but it's been coached by one coach, and now you've got another good coach taking over. He could take care of it in a different way, but I thought it would be far more difficult for Paul Power, because to me, and I've only played this game for like 6-7 years. You play it for a lot longer, but it takes a little while for me to get warmed up to a roster. It takes a few games before you can get clicked in. I think that was an awful lot for Paul to be able to basically manage a team that he's not even had a chance to play. That's hard.
Oh, yeah, I think it's really tough to play somebody else's team. I mean, shoot, anybody played with Larry's team, probably the first time they took it this year, thought, I mean, you got to figure it all out, right? You kind of test things. And I don't know. Yeah, I think that it's really tough to just step in cold and take a team no matter how good. It's, you don't really know what works. And you got your own style too. So just how well how you got to try to adapt. And shoot, by the time he got to the second half, he was down 17-3, right? So that makes it even tougher. Now you can't really even, it kind of limits how much you can keep trying.
Well, and I mean, to me, the killer, it only led to 3 points. It was only 7-3. But that fourth down that he went for on the 48, that was about the only roll that could have gotten it, basically. He had a flat pass card on Burrow and lost yards. Now, you go down the field and get 3. Who cares, right? You've just extended the lead to 10-3, big deal. But that was such a huge swing for him. I mean, he had a real chance to put some points on the board. It could have been completely different by then if you're playing from the lead. But instead, you're already down a score. I think that was the drive where he I think that was the interception, the first pick that led to 17-3, I'm pretty sure. And then the wheels just fell up after that. And, of course, he's just pressured basically to throw downfield. So, I mean, he was doing the right thing. But that was a terrible dice roll for him. I just really, really
probably, in fact, the last guy I was playing went for it 4th and goal from the 1, and he's probably still thinking about how Tony Pollard not score, I guess, wrong.
Oh, yeah. Who
I guess one usually can get 1 yard. Oh, well.
Dave, that touchdown didn't turn out to be that important, did it?
No, hardly made a difference.
This is gamesmanship, in case anybody's wanting. This is a master class in gamesmanship.
Right.
All right. So Nathan is on here. So you see Gene LaFleur, right, with New Orleans. So you have to ask the question, which team do you want to play in the finals?
Jeez. Well, Nathan pretty much owns me. Nathan, how many last second wins?
The correct answer is you want to play my team.
I don't know, man.
Is terrible. That's the team you want to play.
You
don't want to play zeros, Rick. Come on.
They're all zeros.
We played twice last year. You beat me both times on the last play of the game.
That was a lot of luck. That was
Those are fun games.
Nathan
and I play fast and loose. We have a lot of fun. If we play, it'll be a fun game. That's for sure.
Yeah. And not to take away from New Orleans, but if the matchup does wind up that way, wow. I mean, we're going to have contrasted styles here, basically. Your defense is super stingy, and his offense is super crazy. So
I actually am pretty worried about facing the Saints. His style is going to be tough for me.
I apologize. What do we know about the Saints? I'm sorry. I just know nothing about them. All I know is that they've been
a couple pounding backs. And Matt Ryan. So, I mean, he'll build a ball control me probably to death.
Okay.
Jean, another really, really he comes in ready. He's a really good coach too. There's obviously a lot of good coaches in the league. Any of those the 3 Canadian guys, they're all tough, man.
Yeah, they are.
I was actually thinking about when you guys are talking about it's tough to take over an offense and all that, because honestly, I would find it more difficult to coach against a team that has no you don't know their identity. Or it's one thing to look at tendencies in the thing, but like more of an overall picture, like how do they like to coach? You know, if they're averaging 5 yards an attempt or something passing, you know what they're doing like 95% of the time.
Yeah.
If they're averaging like 8 plus, you know what they're doing a lot of the time. You know, and you literally have no idea. Like with all those bombs, I think that was probably a lot different than how Ed played them. But
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was wrong or right, but it was definitely different, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's
And,
awful
but for
tempting
Rick,
because
with Rick, I think you're the perfect coach for you. It's probably a lot easier than it would be for me, because what you said on one of these other broadcasts about, you know, you just basically like to play solid D. You don't like to get too crazy. That's probably the best way to play a team that you don't know what they're going to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
For
Do
me,
you
that's tough.
Just try to get
Yeah.
that key, whatever third down call to.
Yeah, you make a move at the appropriate time. You don't do it like every play, you know.
do you,
I mean, yeah, but you've definitely shown me some things, man. I never get any sacks either, which is, it's always frustrating that, you don't get
Well,
sacks if you don't try for sacks,
this
Mhm.
isn't usually a great league for that anyway. So, you know, I think it just kind of depends on what you got around. And if you have a secondary, you don't necessarily need, especially in this league, you don't need sacks. There's no dump off. You don't really need sacks if you have a secondary. You're better off just playing how you play it.
Hmm.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, given a choice, I'd rather have sixes in the secondary than
And you don't have to worry about pressure. You know, I mean, they're not just going to air it out on you. With me, it's kind of like, it's kind of like my only defense against the downfield passing is to do that.
Yeah, you got a double team, but even with zeros, double team's so strong.
Yeah.
I mean, he threw a lot to Devontae Adams in the game we just played, and man, it was definitely nice to have Xavier Howard, just so I didn't have to feel like I had to double team him all the time.
Mm-hmm. You get kind of skittish too when you've thrown those couple of picks, and then you wind up going over to the only guy who's guarded by a 4, and Corey Davis. And I think you double teamed him 2 or 3 plays that he was the intended receiver. So yeah, I felt bad after that one drive where basically he called run maybe 4 or 5 times in a row, just waiting for that one time that you were going to call run. And I think that was the one that was like the third score that got it to 24-3, or maybe, you know what, that may have not been it. No, I think that was it that got it to 24-3, because I know you lined up for a field goal and missed. But on one of those drives, I felt bad. It was like up was down, left was right, and he was just trying to find anything that he could get a play that would put you behind the sticks, and was hoping that one of those was going to be a run, and it pretty much led to an easy drive that I think was the thing that put it to bed at 24-3. So
yeah, I think you're right.
Tall order for Paul. Paul has a spreadsheet that he puts together, as I'm starting to find out more and more coaches do, of the research that he does for drafts. It's unbelievably cool, and he's so generous, and he and I like to talk turkey about drafts, and he shares all this stuff with me. He's a really, really super guy, and I just think he was put in a bad position, to be quite honest. There's no shame in this at all. In fact, to me, I think the fact that they picked him to coach this game, I think that was really, really cool. I think that Ed, believed that he was as good as any coach that could have taken this on. I just think it's a tall order to take on a new club.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys, if you saw what I put together for the draft, you'd probably laugh at me. Like, how do I even draft? It's. But then I see a guy like Larry Davis has shown me what he uses. Like, man, it's got like all the draft guide notes from 3 different sources, and like and saying like I've got my little printout with some names.
I draft by sense of smell, if that means anything.
Yeah, Michael, you and I probably share the same war room.
It's something about a fish and a barrel and a gun, something along those lines. So, yeah. But you know what? We're not talking about draft. We're talking about playoffs. You are 1 game away, my friend, from the Uber Bowl as a 6 seed. Dave, do you know how often that's happened that we've seen 6 seeds make it all the way to the finals? I know the website's kind of down now, so we don't get the chance to go back and do research. But to your knowledge, have we seen very many 6s?
think so, but I'm sure, how long have we been playing now? 20 seasons. So I'm sure it's happened, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, when you look at the especially our conference, it was a tough conference, man. They were 8-8. Well, what didn't like Ken was 10-6 with a great team, and he didn't even get in. So tough.
Hey,
It was really tough conference.
that's a question. Has Josh Allen been this hot for you at any time during the regular season? The Cards have never matched what a lot of people believe his ability is, but I've seen these last 2 games, and he's looked really terrific.
I mean, he had some great games, and he had some games where he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
In fact, if you look at his stats from my game, the first play of game with Dave, he was terrible. Like until
he was terrible.
Luckily, till that last drive when he woke up just in time.
Yeah, he did. Well, anybody else have anything to add?
Beast or famine with him. So,
yeah. Duke, you got anything to add?
No, just I'm real proud of Rick, and I'm really all the guys. I think I'm closest to Rick, and I tell everybody my one chance where I had my first chance is getting all the way in the Autumn Wind League. I had to go out of the country, and I asked Rick to coach. That's how much I think of him as a coach and as a friend. And he got some bad breaks in that game, so I'm pulling for you, Rick.
Well, I won the first one for you, and then lost. Remember?
Yeah.
So I won. At least I won one for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I guess I forgot about that.
Well, Nathan, good luck tonight, man. I hope
I'm gonna have Nathan coach next time, though, Rick. Okay.
Better have pass rushers.
Yeah. He's gonna do more blitzing, Rick, than you do.
Probably, yeah.
I might throw more bombs. We'll see.
Yeah, and more bombs, more blitzing. I'm sorry, Rick. You had your shot, Rick.
When you got Justin Herbert, man, you fire the gun. That's what you got to do.
Yep.
Well, thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.
Congratulations. We'll talk with you later. Come join us if you got time tonight to watch the broadcast, or come join us and talk if you want. Dave, you'll be there tonight. Duke, will you be there tonight?
I'll be
frozen. Oh, there he is.
He says he'll be there. There you go.
All right, that sounds
See
good.
you guys.
Nathan, good luck tonight. We'll see y'all later. We're going to go ahead and close this broadcast out. So congratulations to the Shreveport Steamer, who have defeated the Cleveland Browns 24-10, and they will await the winner of the Houston Texans, who are playing the New Orleans Saints tonight. So that is the last of the NFC Divisional wildcard matchups. We have one more in the AFC that will take place Saturday, and that is the Montreal Alouettes, who will be butting heads against the Carolina Panthers. We have already had one game played, and since it is the end of the game, we can mention it now. Congratulations to oh man, I just blanked. Congratulations to the Oakland Raiders, who today defeated the New York Giants. And so now we have 2 tickets punched for the conference championships. In the AFC, the Oakland Raiders will be taking on either the Montreal Alouettes or the Carolina Panthers. And in the NFC, Houston and New Orleans tonight, one of them will be going up against the 6th seed Shreveport Steamer. So congratulations to all teams. Paul Power, great job. Just some bad breaks. And it's very tough to coach a team. And we mean this in all sincerity. There's no way he would have picked you unless he believed in your coaching ability. And some nights you just don't catch the breaks. And you're going to catch up next year. You're going to have a great draft. That's for sure. The number 2 pick, I believe, in the draft next year. And things are going to be looking up here very soon for the Detroit Lions. But tonight, Shreveport Steamer with the win. And we're going to close out this broadcast right now. So God bless everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here for Autumn Wind. Final score, Shreveport 24, Cleveland 10. And we will talk to you all later.